Larry, if you can already believe that Chad Daybell's trial is, what, a week and a half away, what are your thoughts headed into that?
You know, Nate, I was angry at Lori that she would do something like this, do something like this. And I really don't have a lot of feelings about Chad. I'm angry at him. I certainly share no love for him, absolutely. But I just it's a really a different set of feelings. It's like I'm a participant. I know what he did. I know what they did. I know what the circle did. But it's just, I don't think the intensity is there. I'm fairly confident. In fact, honestly, I'm totally confident that he'll be found guilty. I don't know if he'll get the death penalty. I don't know if he'll get, I assume, life imprisonment, and without the possibility of parole or leniency or anything like that. For that, I'm grateful. I would be grateful, but emotionally, it's almost like I don't feel the emotion that I had with Lori. What Lori did was the most despicable thing in the world, and what Chad has participated in, or what he done it makes me mad, but it doesn't. I don't have the anger that I had at Lori. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, probably because you knew her, right? And she was there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we trusted her.
Right.
We absolutely trusted her. Chad, obviously, we didn't know. And honestly, other than seeing him in a court, I really don't know him.
Right.
But do I think he's despicable? Absolutely. Do I think he killed and was involved in killing people? Absolutely.
You mentioned, Larry, that you think the jury will give him the life sentence if he's found guilty. Do you want him to get the death penalty?
You know, there's certain things in life that I think are worse than death. And I think life in prison without the possibility of ever getting out and dying in prison may be worse than death. Because when you start killing children and you go in prison and general population and so forth, that's not a good place for men that murder children. And I certainly don't wish him the best.
Are you surprised in a way that it is going to trial, that he hasn't changed his plea or done some sort of agreement?
I think if you took a picture of Chad April 1st in court, and you took a picture, found a picture of him 4 years ago when he was in court, I don't think there's any change. His demeanor hasn't changed. His attitude hasn't changed. I still think he's so blasé. I mean, you know, he's just a wimp of a man, and I don't know. I don't know, Nate.
You guys plan to be there every day?
Every day, Nate.
Every day?
Every day.
I've said this before, but we might have new viewers, that during Lori's trial, I don't want to say befriended everybody, but you kind of did in a way. I mean, even Lori's attorneys, you were shaking their hands saying, I know you've got a job to do. You were
That's
passing
right.
around lifesavers the one day. You kind of, it was such a heavy trial. You and Kay were kind of a light in there, I guess you could say. What is it that helps you keep that positive attitude?
I'm not going to lower myself to his life he has chosen and what he's done. I'm going to be me. You know that. And I love people. I'm 77 years old. I have to use the wisdom that I've obtained through 77 years of life and dealing with so many people. After 47 years in business, I've been tempered, and you somebody has to set the tone. I just want this to be, as I've said in Lori's court, let's just do the right thing, and I want a good defense for him, and I wanted a good defense for Lori, but sometimes the indefensible is just indefensible, and but I'm a people take care of person. I can't change that. That's part of my heritage. And the people that just supported us throughout this 5 years have turned into some of the absolute best friends we could wish for, and so much respect. So, do I shake hands with the defense? Yeah, I do. Do I do it with everybody? Yes, I do. I don't call anybody. And the news media, I'm one of the media's biggest rah-rah fans. Just do it right. Do the right thing. And if I have to call somebody out, I will. I'm who I am. That's not going to change.
Right. So there were some hard days in Lori's trial, I imagine, with Chad's trial, as far as seeing horrific photos and hearing horrific evidence and witnesses. Are you prepared for that? I know some of those days Kay did not come because you knew what was coming.
I didn't want her. I asked her. There's some things she doesn't need to see, and I think that's one of the bonds that I have with the jurors, because they had to see what I chose to see. And that reinforces my desire for an honest, fair trial. Because when you've seen those photographs and the gravity of them, you want things done right. You don't want a sloppy job. I want the prosecutors and I want the defense to do the best that they're able. I don't like games, and there's a lot of games played in this, and you know that, Nate. I just call them frivolous. They're nonsensical as far as I'm concerned. But if that's if that's the only card they can play for the defense, then okay, so be it. Let's get it on. Let's let 12 people decide. Now, it was about JJ and Tylee to me on Lori's trial. This trial today is about Tammy first, I think, and what a man did to his wife, and then JJ and Tylee. And I have to reverse that you know, from Lori's trial.
Right.
And I pray that Chad's children and Tammy get a honest and 100% unanimous decision. I really do. And so that there's a closure on their part also.
All righty. Well,